Today's guide, Achilles, the legendary Greek hero of the Trojan War. I'll be going over his mechanics, his high amount of agility, and what he brings to the team. I'll also cover his abilities and provide tips you'll be able to apply in your next match. Item builds and conquest specific strategies will be avoided as these tend to change quite frequently. Feel free to skip to any part of this video that fits your needs. Roll the intro.
Achilles.
Achilles is part of the warrior class. He deals physical damage and is typically seen in the solo lane, but has proven successful in the jungle role as well. His spear provides him with a slight distance advantage, allowing him to basic attack and poke from a safe distance. His high mobility enables him to move around the battlefield swiftly, dodging incoming attacks and lashing out good damage. He possesses a unique renewable execution ultimate, allowing him to instantly eliminate opponents unlucky enough to challenge him. Passive, Gift of the Gods. Achilles adapts to the tide of battle. While in the fountain, Achilles can choose to wear armor, granting him bonus health and protections, or forgo it, granting him bonus movement speed and physical power. To swap, use Achilles' basic attack when in the fountain while the passive targeter is active. Ability number 1, Shield of Achilles. Achilles strikes his shield in a cone in front of him, dealing damage to all enemies hit. Enemies directly in front of Achilles are stunned and dealt bonus damage. Ability number 2, Radiant Glory. Achilles is blessed by the gods, giving him physical power, protections, and crowd control reduction for 6 seconds. While this blessing is active, Achilles will heal himself upon successfully damaging enemies with abilities. Ability number 3, Combat Dodge. Achilles dodges his enemies' attacks before striking them in a swift response. If he successfully hits an enemy god with this strike, he can use this ability once more before it goes on cooldown. Ability number 4, the ultimate, Fatal Strike. Achilles becomes immune to crowd control and charges up a dash for a short period. While dashing, Achilles will pass through minions, stop and hit the first enemy god he encounters, dealing damage to all he hits and executing gods below 30% health. If he kills an enemy god with this ability, he may use it again up to 5 times. As he successfully executes his enemies, he becomes more reckless in combat and leaves his heel exposed. Achilles will become more susceptible to damage, stacking up to 5 times. The following is based on years of personal experience. Every player has their own style and preferences, and that's alright. These tips are here to provide help to those who seek it. If you disagree with any of them, feel free to let me know. I try to keep an open mind and always willing to learn to get better at a game that I love. Level up order. Achilles' first ability, Shield of Achilles, is his highest non-ultimate damage ability, helping him clear minion waves and deal significant damage to opponents. His third ability, Combat Dodge, is his best mobility and poking tool. Adding points will lower its base cooldown, enabling him to use it more often. His second ability, Radiant Glory, increases every stat for the buff when points are added. Depending on your style of play, whether you can hit your combat dodge on both the minions and your opponent simultaneously, all his abilities can be viable. Whenever possible, put points into the ultimate. That said, here's my recommended level up order. Tip number 1. Achilles is able to cancel, hold, and attack between his charges of his third ability, Combat Dodge, enabling him to dash through enemies when necessary and move around the battle to reposition and land his first ability, Shield of Achilles. Tip number 2. Similar to his third ability, Combat Dodge, Achilles is able to cancel, hold, and attack between strikes of his ultimate. giving him a chance to lower an enemy's health to the execution threshold. The timer for this ability appears right under Achilles. This ability can also be used for its safety and crowd control immunity. Tip number 3. Achilles' passive enables players to choose the style of play they desire to bring on the battleground. The lack of armor enables him to move around the map and clear minion waves faster, while the armor enables him to stay in fights longer. Depending on what you and your team needs, both are viable options. Tip number 4. Achilles' second ability, Radiant Glory, provides good protections, crowd control reduction, physical power, and sustain. It can be used before tanking an objective or initiating a fight, especially when you expect to lash out all your abilities. I hope this video proves useful and that you'll be able to apply what you learned in your next match. If you enjoyed the content or there's a guide you'd like to see next, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you all on the battleground.